Hi guys, welcome to Train Simulator 2018. So it's updated on Steam automatically to the 2018 version, and we're going to start today on the Midland main line at London St Pancras to Bedford. So it's time for a full length run of the line, start at Bedford, head down to St Pancras International. You're in the driver's seat of an 8-car 319 express passenger service. Your duties finish at St Pancras, but this service will continue to Beckenham Junction. Okay. Just wait for that to load then. So it's a while since I've done any train simulator, so this will be interesting. Midland Main Line's a very famous line in the UK. Hopefully won't take too long to load. Usual splash screens advertising something or another. Dovetail forums now open. There's Trains in World, Heavy Haul. It's been out a while now. There's another one out now, I think, Mass Transit. There it is, Rapid Transit. Rapid Transit, that looks quite interesting. Hopefully we'll be in a second or two. You do have to wait for Train Simulator to load. It does take a while, but it gets there. That's what matters. Okay, so we know what our briefing is, so we don't really need that. It's a nice sunny day at Bedford. There's us. Okay, so first thing is open the doors and let the passengers get on here at Bedford. We'll do that. Take a quick look outside. Not there's many getting on. Some guy just got on at the back, I think, but doesn't look very busy at Bedford, so we're in a 30-mile-an-hour limit when we start off. I know Bedford a bit. It's a long while since I've been there, but I do know Bedford a bit. I've never travelled by train from there, though. Okay, brakes off. And off we go. So if you haven't played Train Simulator before, you need to keep your eyes out for signals and speed limits. They're the key things. Freight train going the other way. In a 30-mile-an-hour limit, you can actually go up to 30.9. It's when you hit 31 you'll start losing points for speeding. As we cross the sensors in the lines before a signal, you should hear a ping if it's green and an alarm if it's anything else. And you have to acknowledge that alarm fairly quickly, or you'll find you're losing loads of points and possibly even kicked out the scenario altogether. We're coming up to a 50, so I'm just going to accelerate up to near enough 50. See the scrolling map at the bottom shows you what the speed limits are when they're going to change. And obviously if you drive a route a few times you get used to it. So hopefully you heard the single ping for that green signal back there. Should hit another one fairly soon. Into 110 limit now, so we can speed up. Keep your eyes open in between the line. You should see a little yellow block, which is the sensor. And it's that gives us a warning about signals. Remember right, it's called TPWS, Train Protection Warning System. There it is. So that's a single tone indicating that the signal is green, which we can see it is. We're heading for Leagrave, platform 3, which is 16 miles away. It'll take us a little while to get there, so... This is a green difficulty scenario, so it should be fairly straightforward. Obviously, as you go up through the difficulty levels to the yellow, orange, and then finally up to red, then they get much more difficult. In terms of signals, temporary speed limits, and all sorts. Another green signal. It looks like we've got a clear run at the moment. Should also keep us eye out for whistle boards. A circular white board with a black W on it. These should be sounding your whistle. Which are coming up on a crossing or something usually. So you sound that as a warning in case there's anybody near the crossing. Doesn't look like we've got that problem on this line at the moment. Gaining speed now up into the 90s. Key thing of course is we need to slow down when we get near the station so that we can make the stop at Leagrave. There may be other stations that we don't stop at along the way. This is an express service, so it won't stop at every station. You'll see the stations on the scrolling display at the bottom. You'll see when there's a platform coming, there's a little green bit labelled with the platform station name and platform number. And these distances are the distance to that signal from where we currently are. You can check your timetable. So we pick up at Leagrave, Luton, Harpenden, St Albans, and then finally King's Cross, Thameslink. Yes, we've just gone over 100 miles an hour now. Sail speed there and the limit just below it. And you can see here we're 11 3/4 miles ish. That's our ETA. And that's the time we're supposed to be there. So at the moment we're running slightly early. Okay, now I'm going to stop accelerating because there's a 100 mile an hour limit coming up. Only for a short time by the look of it. So just coming up to the 100 now. I'm comfortably below 100, so we should be fine. Still green signals. But 100 mile an hour limit looks like it's in this tunnel. Once we clear the tunnel, I think we'll be back to 110. There we go. So you can look outside your train by using these views, or inside with passengers possibly. That's the main view. The cab view is the main one you should use. You can see there's a station coming up, Flitwick. It's about Flitwick, but I believe it's pronounced Flitwick. We don't stop there. So we'll be going straight through there. Still green signals, so no problems at the moment. If you do get anything other than green, like double yellow, yellow or red, then this will light and there'll be an alarm and you have to click that to acknowledge the signal basically. The way the signals work is if it's green, then that means the next 3 blocks, as they're called, between signals are free. If it's double yellow, then it means 2 are free. A single yellow means 1 is free. Red means stop because the next one has a train in it. So you go green, double yellow, single yellow, red. So if we see a double yellow, we need to be prepared for the fact that in a couple of blocks' time it's probably red. And start slowing accordingly. Well, we're now only about 6 3/4 miles from Leagrave. We should be there pretty soon. So I imagine this will be fairly straightforward. It's green difficulty, so it shouldn't be full of too many problems, you wouldn't have thought. We're just under 6 miles to go now. Another station coming up, Harlington. Again, we don't stop there. Just about see the platform coming into sight. There we go, so that's Harlington. Now we can probably begin to start slowing down a little. We've only got about 4 miles to go now. You have to bear in mind doing 105 miles an hour, it takes a while to slow down. We'll keep just gently reducing the speed. So we'll let it sort of freewheel, so to speak, and or coast, I suppose, would be the technical term, and let the speed drop. 2.5 miles. Then we'll need to start applying the brakes to slow us down further. It'd be a good idea to begin that now. So that should cause our speed to drop considerably quicker. You don't want to brake too early because it will cost you too much time, but you don't want to brake too late because then you won't be able to stop at the platform. So, platform's now appearing. Your brakes have basically got 3 levels. You've got step 1, step 2 and then full service. Step 2 will slow you down quicker than step 1 and full service will slow you down the quickest of the lot. After that there's emergency setting, but that's the one you want to avoid using. If you go into emergency brake setting then you'll lose a lot of points very, very quickly. You're going to be roughly on time. Slow to about 50 miles an hour. The platform should be in sight very soon. Gently slowing, you don't want to be applying the brakes too hard, makes it uncomfortable for the passengers. So this is Lee Grave. I'm not familiar with Lee Grave. I don't know if it's a village or a town. Looks a bit village to me. So once we get in the station, we need all the little green cars, which are our passenger cars, lined up against the green area on the map for the platform, and ideally that distance there at 0.00 miles. Which means you're absolutely perfect, and that'll be at the end of the platform. It's looking good. We stop around here somewhere. That should be just about ideal. Okay, open the doors. So you can see the doors opened. You can see we're nicely within the platform, so everybody can get to doors where they need to. So just wait for this red line to go across until it tells us what our score is. It usually says timeliness penalty for some reason. And then it's actually green, so it's not a penalty at all, it's a bonus. If it was red, it would be a penalty. There you go, we've got 131 bonus, so let's get going. Luton is next. It's only just under 3 miles away. Luton, of course, has a big airport. The airport has its own railway station platform. I'm not sure if we go through that on this route, but there is a Luton airport station. Big airport, London Luton. Okay, so we're speeding up. Currently we're going to be a touch early. Then obviously you need to slow down before we get to the station, so we'll probably be roughly on time with a bit of luck. Passengers won't complain if you're on time or a little early, they will complain if you're late. Not in the simulator, I mean, you don't hear the passengers complaining in the simulator, but in real life passengers do complain if their trains are terribly late. Railway companies very often have to pay compensation for it, so it's not a good thing. I don't think Midland Main Line is notorious for horrendous problems with trains running on time, unlike some. Okay, so we're heading downhill a little. You can see it's sliding down. We probably need to begin applying the brakes now. We're less than a mile from the platform, so we should see it in sight any minute. Just regulate the speed a bit, keep us rolling into the station with a bit of luck. We're actually a bit late, 30 seconds late. 30 seconds is not too bad. Okay, so this is Luton coming up. Still been green signals all the way. freight train sitting in Luton Station. Few people around, not many. Only on our platform, certainly. There's a few coming down to get on the train now, that's good. Okay, so that should do. So we'll open the doors. See people getting on. These last few people need to hurry. She doesn't seem in any particular hurry, so I guess she probably doesn't want this train. Okay, let's go. The speed limit's 90, you can clearly see there. Coming towards a 95. I don't think we'll have reached 90 before we get to 95 anyway. Ah, Luton Airport Parkway, there you go. So that'll be the Luton Airport station itself. We don't stop there. Harpenden is our next one. 5 or 6 miles away. Into the 95 mile an hour limit. Haven't got even close to 90, so don't have to worry too much about that. Bus going over the bridge there. Okay, so this is Luton Airport Parkway. That's for the airport itself. I think comparative to other stations on the line, it's a fairly new station actually. There's about 4¼ miles to go to Harpenden Platform 3. It's the first Capital Connect train, that's the train company. UK we used to have British Rail, which ran everything, but then it got broken up into lots of different private companies, one of which is First Group. They run lots of bus services as well as train services, quite a big transport company. Still green signals, you can hear that ping. It's when you get an alarm and this lights up that signal is anything other than green. We haven't had that at all yet. Sure it'll happen, but with green difficulty you wouldn't expect it to be a major problem. Bad day. Can't say it's quite as bright sunshine as it was at Bedford, but still not a bad day. Need to keep an eye on our speed. We're in a 105 mile an hour limit, doing 101 now. Still green signals. And here comes Harpenden. Start braking. terms of time, we are running a bit late, but not horrendously so. Just gone to full service braking for a moment or two because we need to lose quite a bit of speed and we're fairly close to the platform. Lower the coast a bit. About half a mile. We should see this platform very shortly. There it is coming into sight. Trying to avoid us getting too far behind schedule. Start losing points if that happens. Not sure there's much I could have done differently so far there. Perhaps not braking quite so early, perhaps I'm braking a bit too early. That's putting me behind schedule, that's possible. Hey, we're in this station anyway. To a stop. Okay, open the doors. Doesn't look very busy. We'll just check our task list again. So we're at Harpenden, so we've got St Albans and then King's Cross. We've got a very low bonus on that one because we're running late. Problem is, once you are running late, it's difficult to get it back. That's where the problem lies, really. But let's see if we can get some speed up and see if we can brake a little bit later going into St Albans. I think maybe braking a bit too early. It's possible. I don't know Harpenden, but I have heard of St Albans. Can't say I've been there much, but I know it, and it's in Hertfordshire. So we come from Bedfordshire into Hertfordshire and then down into London. We've got over 4 miles, so we should be quite comfortable letting this speed build towards 110. I don't think we'll get there, but still green signals. Hopefully we might get something other than green at some point down here, so you'll see what I mean by the alarm and so on. All green. One thing to bear in mind with Train Simulator, there are lots of trains and lots of routes and stuff you can buy on Steam. If you bought them all, it would cost a lot of money. But you can also go to the Steam Workshop where there are scenarios you can download for free. Oh. Well, that is a non-green signal, so that was double yellow, so we're going to start slowing. Because that could mean the next block is single yellow and the one after it is red. So we need to be a bit careful with our speed. And we're only 2 miles out St Albans anyway, so it won't hurt to slow down a bit. I wonder if it's at St Albans or before I think. So we had a double yellow, now we've got a single yellow, so the next one could well be red. And it could be that we're waiting for a platform in St Albans to clear. That could be why the signal is red. Because platform 3 that we're going into already has a train in it, possibly. See if it indeed is red. So my plan of not braking so early didn't really quite work out because of the changes in the signals, so it's not going to help me much, but there you go. £100 mph speed limit, but that's pretty irrelevant at the moment. Around this corner we should see this signal. You can see green, but I'm not sure it's on our line. No, the one on our line is on red. The green is for the line to the left of us, which I guess probably doesn't stop at the station. Maybe that line somehow bypasses the station. It's a warning for the red signal. Oh, it's just gone to yellow. Okay, so we should be able to get into the platform now. So whatever was in the platform has now moved out the other end and cleared that block. So that block has therefore gone to a single yellow. Trying to avoid braking too early. How are we doing for time? Actually slightly early anyway, this one. So we have made time back somewhere. Maybe a bit more generous allowance on the timetable for that section. There's the platform coming up. So here's St Albans City. And the signal at the end of the platform is yellow. That's what we just got that warning for. Looks like our braking is near perfect. Just going to need to let it roll on just a little bit. So the train is now alongside the platform. The perfect thing is for that to be 0.00, but that's close enough for me. So let's open the doors. And St Albans doesn't look terribly busy either. This chap apparently doesn't want our train. Looking at his watch, so he's waiting for a different train, I expect. Nice graphics in Train Simulator. It's very well done. Very detailed. Lots of the buildings around the cities look exactly as they should from what I know of them. Okay, so we got a bit of bonus that time because we were near enough on time. Now we've got nearly 20 miles to get into King's Cross, and we're currently estimated to be just about on time. Don't know what signals are going to be like. We're on single yellow on that last one. Hoping we've not got a red. I'm not accelerating too much in case. Can't see the signal as yet. Still don't see the signal yet. Oh, the sensor for it. Once we hit the sensor, we'll know what's on it. Now, is that green on our line? Yeah, it looks like we're green actually. So green means we know at least 3 blocks in front of us are empty. We can have a double yellow, then a single yellow, then a red. Okay, so we're back to green signals, that's good news. Let's try and get into King's Cross St Pancras Thames Link A. St Pancras is a big station because of Thames Link and Eurostar and all that stuff. It's a very, very big station now. Sort of right next to King's Cross. Called King's Cross St Pancras, and they're connected by an underground walkway. So I remember, used to go to London every day, go through King's Cross. That area has changed so much. It used to be quite a rundown grotty area, but they did all the front of it out and put in a nice pedestrian area with snack vendors and all this stuff, and it's a much, much nicer area now, really been regenerated. So we're currently heading for being about 12 seconds late, but hopefully as we build up speed we might get some of that back. Can hope. A few seconds late is not the end of the world. You don't want to be 10-20 minutes late. That's much more of a problem. For the passengers anyway. So the sun's out again, that's nice. See the shadows on the lines. And we're still 16 3/4 miles away, so we've got a fair way to go before we get to King's Cross yet. Coming up on Radlett now, that's in Hertfordshire, we're not stopping there. Or is it Essex, Radlett? Not sure. It's either Hertfordshire or Essex. It's possible we could go through Essex on the way into King's Cross, I suppose. I've got a feeling it's Hertfordshire. I think Radlett's in Hertfordshire. Whatever, we don't stop there. I said this is an express service, so it won't stop at a lot of stations along the way. There may be a few that we go through. Green signal. So here's Radlett, straight through there. Like that, train going the other way. One of our colleagues heading back up towards Bedford. Okay, Elstree and Boreham Wood coming up now. Isn't that where there's a big film making place, Elstree? I think so. Studios, I think, at Elstree where they make a lot of films. I've heard of Boreham Wood, I'm pretty sure that is Hertfordshire. Pretty sure it is. Again, it's one we don't stop at. Our next stop is the final stop on, well, final stop for us. It did say it carries on to somewhere else, didn't it? But almost like final stop on the line, King's Cross, really. So that's Elstree and Bournemouth. Interesting, it's something to drop to speeding and there was absolutely no warning. There was nothing on the map below that that was going to happen. It's a bit annoying. Lost a load of points there. I thought the sign said 110. You can find that on some of the train simulator routes. Sometimes the speed limit changes, but you don't see it all on this scrolling map at the bottom. So before you know where you are, you're speeding with absolutely no idea what's going to happen, really. The whole point is you should see the warning speed limit on here, but then once you get to learn the route, you'd know when the speed limit's going to change, and then you wouldn't have a problem. So it's really only the first few times you drive it, I guess. That sudden speed limit change I wasn't expecting has sort of pretty much ruined our score for this one, but never mind. We'll get the route complete, that's the main thing. Worth bearing in mind again that if I drive the route again, when you see a tunnel, you pretty much guarantee you're going down to 100. Even though I'm sure the speed limit sign by the side of the track said 110. Which is what we're in now. And we're 8 3/4 miles out. Well, not far now. Like Hendon coming up now, platform 3. He's pretty much out of London, Hendon. Sort of outskirts of London. So I'm not familiar with this line. I can't say I've ever travelled this line into King's Cross. I did used to travel into King's Cross every day, but not on this line. Start slowing now because we're coming on a 95-mile-an-hour speed limit before Cricklewood. That's a warning of the lower speed limit. See, that's what I would have expected with the other one. Either to see it on the scrolling map at the bottom, or to get a warning that the speed limit is going to drop, which is what that was for. So on the 95-mile-an-hour speed limit that we're now in, just gone into, you can go up to 95.9. But we're coming up on an 85, so. And then it's West Hampstead, definitely London. Hampstead is a suburb of London. Quite a nice area, Hampstead, I think. Okay, so we're into the 85 speed limit and then there's an 80 coming. So we're slowing down in stages towards King's Cross now. Only just under 4 miles out. After the 80 I can then see a 75 and 50 have appeared on the scrolling map, so definitely slowing now for King's Cross. Speed limits basically ensure that you're slowing down in preparation for arrival at King's Cross, and judging by the fact that there's hardly any distance between them, we probably need to think about dropping our speed down towards 50, to be honest. Then after that it's 25 and 30 for Kentish Town. I'll start slowing towards 50 now because we're coming up on the 75. It's a very short distance between the 75 and the 50. Break a bit harder now, we need to get down to 25. I'm not sure we're going to do it. Oh, I think we might. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. It's alright. Then we come into a 30 anyway, before we go through Kentish Town. We're only 1.7 miles from King's Cross. There's a 30 mile an hour sign. There are some tunnels right near the entrance into King's Cross, so these could be those tunnels as you approach. Just about every line going into King's Cross goes through these tunnels, and then you get split off into different platforms once you get in there. We're going to platform A. Got St Pancras Thames Link. Technically not King's Cross, but it's near enough the same thing really. So there it is coming onto the map at the bottom of the screen. We've got a downhill section coming into it. So we just need to be careful that we don't pick up too much speed going down that slope. Which looks like it's here. This looks like the start of it. We started picking up a little bit of speed. can see I'm just using the brakes to regulate our speed. Anything up to 30.9 is fine. It's when you go to 31 in the 30 that you'll start getting speeding. It should be levelling out very shortly. Pretty much into the station now anyway. Here it is. All looks quite modern, doesn't it? I think this is a lot newer than King's Cross itself. Very nice digital boards telling everybody which trains are coming and when. Because we can just roll to a halt in here. Should be us done. So whilst it just lets all the passengers off, those who want to get off, I suppose this service does continue. We get off here and then we should get our debrief. And it's not going to be as good as it might have been because of that speeding issue, but other than that, not bad. Wasn't too badly affected by signalling. Green nearly all the way. Nicely done. Before this service continues to Beckenham Junction, let's see how you've done so far. Yes, I think that's called bronze. I saw the bronze star jump, but I didn't see anything else jump. So, okay. So you scored 741. Okay. Before starting this, I did reset my career, but for some reason, when you reset the career, it doesn't reset your total XP gained so far for some reason. Anyway, there you go, Midland Main Line, Bedford to London St Pancras. So, I'll see you next time. In the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Take care, bye now.